Hello everybody. I know I have basically not filmed at all today, but we're eating. We are, aren't we? Can we see you if I do this? We can. We're eating chicken liver. And he is loving it. You're a kid after my own heart, aren't you? Is this so good? Yeah. It'd probably be easier if I actually had like a fork and knife to cut it up for you, baby, but you know, it'll be easier if I can cut it up like a bowl for him, maybe. Because we'll give him some tofu too. Okay. Well, but I guess I'll show you what we're eating tonight since we haven't filmed today. We're having rice, chicken livers and hearts that are fried, southern style. Tofu, fish that I probably won't eat because it has bones and stuff and I'm just not the best at like picking that stuff out. And then they're currently still making the vegetables. You want more? Was that the heart? Yeah, I had a heart already, they're good. I'm just using my hands. I know it doesn't look super appetizing, and I know I'm weird in the fact that I don't like fried chicken. So anytime my grandma would make like fried, like southern fried chicken for us, she would also do like livers and hearts and gizzards. I don't like gizzards because of the texture, but I wouldn't eat the fried chicken, but I will totally consume a lot of this livers and heart stuff. He made it this time. Tastes good, honey. It tastes good. Yeah, it tastes good. Okay, well, we're gonna eat dinner. I have not read anything yet, which is why I haven't really updated you guys. I've been just sort of trying to catch up on booktube videos. And by catch up, I mean I have a whole list of watch later things, and we went on our vacation this last weekend, and I have, you know, I'm behind. But I started watching like today's videos of people, so I still haven't caught up. I'm just watching current videos. I'm bad, but we're gonna eat. Look, see, I told you we have vegetables. And then I know, we have vegetables. And then I will probably, I'm hoping to read tonight. I will pick a book and show you guys before I actually do that. But after our vacation, today was just a downtime watching booktube video sort of day. I'll get you more food. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, it is just after dinner, which was really, really good. And it is Monday night. I don't think I said it was Monday, but we just got back from our trip and it is Monday. We are still in the middle of the Olympic Games readathon and I am on Team Aphrodite. And I finished 2 books before we went on vacation at the end of last week. So I currently have 3 books that are like from the mandatory ones that I have to read before I can get into the advanced challenges. This is what my stack is looking like right now. These 3 are the mandatory ones. These 3 are the advanced ones. I know for a fact that I really, really want to get to Nevernight. I don't have any other classics that I've read recently, so like The Hound of the Baskervilles would be that one that I have to do. Now Entering Adamsville is for the not knowing much about a book prompt. And for that one, I actually did read another book earlier this month for the Make Your Myth Taker readathon that was almost the exact same prompt. Like, you don't know what the book's about. And if I don't complete these books here, I can technically use that one. I was trying to do 2 separate TBRs this month for these 2 readathons because of the fact that I really wanted to read all these books. However, both readathons are technically through the month of June, so I did read that book through the month of June. It is a mandatory one, and I could skip Now Entering Adamsville and just, that's my phone, my husband's sending me pictures, and just use, what book was that one? I think it was Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Power. I can use that one for that prompt. So I think even though I do want to eventually get to Now Entering Adamsville, because I loved Eliza and Her Monsters by this author, I don't know much about it, and that was the whole point. but that means I'm not fully like, let's read it now. So I think I'm gonna have to put this one off to the side, which means I have Hound of the Baskervilles, which, I mean, I do want to read. I like the Sherlock Holmes stories by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, obviously, but I do sometimes find them a little bit long, only in the fact that like the writing style's not necessarily my favorite, but I do love Sherlock Holmes stuff in general. I mean, I loved the BBC Sherlock show, which is why all of my Sherlock Holmes books have the covers. I've also loved the movies with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. I have not watched Elementary, but I'm very intrigued by that. I mean, like, a female John Watson just sounds amazing. I did read some of the Charlotte Holmes books by Brittany Cavallaro, and I loved the first one. However, I hated the second one, so I ended up unhauling all of them because I didn't want to keep the first book on my shelves when it was only the first book in the series. I don't know, I just felt like that was going to be incomplete, and I didn't want to do that. So I don't know why I got off on that Sherlock Holmes tangent, but I did. I think I might end up with Nevernight tonight. And I mean, ending up with that is not a bad thing. Like, I definitely want to read this. This is for the prompt of I think like it's like a badass female main character, which I think, I could be wrong, I think this is the one that is actually a prompt honoring Aries. I don't fully remember. This is what I get for not having my notes in front of me about these books. But I've heard really, really good things. I think this one is the one that, like, yeah, it has, like, what are those called? I almost said Cliff Notes, not Cliff Notes. End notes? What am I thinking of? I don't know. It's been forever since I've been in school. I don't actually know anymore what any of this actually means. Oh, we got a map. That's cool. Two maps. That's the second one. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be going with Nevernight. I know we only have like a little over a week left in this month, and this vlog is going to be for the last bit of June. Yes, it's the 22nd, and we go through the 30th. So we have like 8 days left. Yes, okay. We're going with Nevernight tonight. I don't know how much I will exactly read, just depending on my mood, but I am very excited to jump into this one. There we go. It has been on my TBR for a while, and yeah, I'm very excited. I did obviously get the UK version because it has a very gorgeous under the dust jacket, and that's how I read them. And so anytime I get a book that has like a gorgeous naked hardcover underneath, I'm extra excited about it because I get to look at the prettiness the whole time I'm reading it. Very excited. Okay, yes, this is what we're gonna go with. I probably will go with Hound of the Baskervilles after this, just because, like I said, if I just decide I don't want to read Now Entering Adamsville, I don't exactly have to. I can count a different book. However, I haven't read a classic in at least a year or so. I would want to be that person that says, oh, for my, you know, reading goal resolutions, whatever people call them nowadays. I think I usually go with like reading resolutions. For the next year, I would want to try and read like a classic a month, but I know I don't actually want to do that. I should want to do that, but not really. So yes, I'm gonna go with a fun one because I didn't read anything this weekend. I guess that's what I should also update. I tried to read during our trip. It was not a reading vlog, but I like to read in general. I'm trying to read, one of my reading resolutions for this year, for real, is trying to read something every day, even if it's just a chapter or a couple pages. And I have failed. I think I failed in February, but it has never been more than a couple days at a time, so I'm actually really, really proud about that. I've been keeping up with reading, usually once Presley goes to bed at night. But I didn't get any reading done. I mean, I did, but I didn't get any reading done on our trip. I tried to read, but I'm very prone to like motion sickness, and we were in an RV and I was sitting backwards because the baby had to sit backwards and I wanted to sit by the baby. And even though I took Dramamine, it wasn't the best environment for it. I think I read like half a chapter of Boyfriend Material, which is an arc that I was just approved for like last week on NetGalley, even though it comes out at the very beginning of July. So I do need to get to that one sometime this week as well. I don't have it as one of the books for this readathon. I can probably try to fit it in as one of the like advanced challenges potentially, because I think it might fit for like one of the cover challenges. I'll have to see, and it really just depends on if I get there. But I have not so far yet been unable to finish reading a book that I have received from NetGalley as an ARC before the date it comes out. So I have been really, really good about that. My percentage on NetGalley is like 60 something. It was up to 70, and then I got approved for books. So, you know, but that was one. I barely got a chapter into that, and I just couldn't. It was the first night of the trip, and I was just so tired I went to bed. And then I tried to listen to an audiobook as well. I actually don't fully remember the full title of it. We Burn the Dark. It's by S.A. Hunt. It's about like a YouTuber that like hunts witches, I believe it is. It might be other supernatural creatures as well. I'm not too sure, but it's definitely at least witches. And I actually listened to about 5 chapters of the audiobook, which wasn't bad. I really want to get back into that. Again, I don't know if I can actually fit it into any of these prompts. I was gonna say except for maybe the badass female main character, because I do think one of the main characters in the book is, I can't remember her name. This is why I don't do audiobooks as much. It's just the fact of like, when I read stuff, I can connect, I guess, the words with it. Like, I don't remember her name. Robin? I think it's a girl who kills witches. So, I mean, she definitely feels like a badass. I could totally do that. But I said in my TBR I was going to read Nevernight, and I sort of really want to read Nevernight, and I've been having people tell me how much they love Nevernight, and they want me to read Nevernight, and yeah, I'm going with Nevernight. I should probably continue the audiobook that I definitely did start reading and listening to this last weekend, but I think we're gonna put that on the back burner just for now, and read Nevernight. I should stop dilly-dallying because I've made my decision. I'm just now rambling because I feel like I have no footage on Monday, because I didn't film anything today really. But now that I'm telling you guys this and talking about it, I'm gonna be filming the rest of the week, and my vlog is gonna be over 45 minutes again, just like always, because I always feel like I don't have enough footage, and then my baby takes up like half of it because he's too cute. Okay, I'm gonna go because again, just rambling. Okay, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys in the morning. You have your diaper? Where are you going? You're naked! Hello, everyone. Mystery decided, well, he likes to sleep up here anyway, but he just decided to come up on the couch. It is like 11:40, almost noon already on Tuesday. The reason why I have not updated yet is that I am still catching up on my BookTube Watch Later, which I probably will be for the next few days to a week. But I did do like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours worth of videos, and I've been trying to make sure I comment on everything, because I personally am trying to be more active active in the actual community. I have some people that like I have really been loving that I consider friends, that I've making sure I've been commenting on their videos. However, in general, especially in years past, I've just been sort of a backseat watcher. Like, I just sort of watch and like, but I know the engagement for comments is good as well, and I've just been trying to do that more. Sometimes I feel like I don't have many things to say, but I've been trying to at least pick out something from every video I watch to comment on. So I've been watching videos from like 3 weeks ago, so it's a lot of like TBRs for June. But I did start reading Nevernight last night, and when I say start, I mean start. I'm like 24 pages in. So far, I'm really loving the writing style. I haven't read anything that was just by J. Kristoff. Everything that I've read by him so far has been him and Amy Kaufman. Like, I've read the entirety of the Illuminae files, and I've read both of the Aurora... I mean, it's Aurora Rising and Aurora Burning. I don't know what the series is called. Is it just Aurora Rising? I don't know. But so I did start this last night. I know basically everybody that I know about this book loves it. The one thing that I have heard from some other people that don't like it as much is that they feel a little bit uncomfortable that a man wrote a 16-year-old sex scene for a girl in the beginning of the book. I didn't personally mind it. I feel like it was actually, like, it wasn't as graphic as a lot of sex scenes that I've read in like romance books. And I mean, I don't know, I feel like the way that the book started out with the juxtaposition of like that scene and the, I guess, murder scene, it's really in like the very beginning of the book. I don't know, I just loved the way that that was written, so it didn't bother me at all. I also remembered last night as I was reading that the things that I was trying to talk about yesterday, they're called footnotes. There are footnotes in this book, which I knew about, which I've also heard that like you shouldn't really read the book as an audiobook unless you have the book next to you, because it gets a little bit confusing, I guess, with the footnotes. But so I'm going to be on, let's say, chapter 3, which, that's my bookmark, starts right there. I also find it interesting that our book chapters just sort of continue. I want to say like the majority of books, when you get to a new chapter, like it stops and then starts on the next page at least. I don't mind this too much, but I'm definitely that person that needs to read to the end of a chapter, if at all possible, before I stop reading. So it just means that at least I have like a page break. I know where to start. I'm going to be reading more of this. I think I'm currently done with BookTube stuff this morning. I might watch more later, but we shall see, because I also need to start editing stuff today. I think I'm going to start doing that once Presley goes down for a nap after lunch, because I have 2 vlogs from last week. I have the reading vlog, sort of like what I'm doing now, that is Monday through half or partial on Friday, and then I have our travel vlog. And I was gonna post like one vlog on a Thursday this week and one vlog on Saturday this week, and one vlog on Saturday this week. However, I forgot that I need to do a book haul, and in the fact that I know I needed to do it, I've been like, oh, I have my books, I need to plan out when I'm gonna do this and film it and then post it. But I have an online calendar, I think it's just Google Calendars, that I've been using to plot all of my videos and everything, and I just love it because I can take notes on the side. I love planning my YouTube stuff that way. And I never planned when to post my book haul. And then I also need to film like my TBR, and then I have this week's vlog, so I'm basically running out of time to get them in a timely manner. Of like, for me personally, I like to film my book hauls and stuff before the end of the month. I like to film my TBRs before the end of the month, and I'm just running out of time. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is posting both vlogs on Thursday and my book haul on Saturday, because of the fact that, like, technically those 2 vlogs are a Monday through Friday and then a Friday through Sunday. It is technically 1 whole week, like what my vlogs usually are, Monday through Sunday. So it's not a big deal, but it's gonna be 2 different vlogs. One's a reading vlog, one's like a travel vlog. But that means I need to start editing stuff, because I have not started that, because I would have started this weekend, but we were on our trip. So I need to edit at least 1 vlog today so that I can be on track to get things ready for Thursday. So that means I'm probably done with booktube stuff for now. I am very excited to continue reading this. I don't really know fully what it's about, but I'm loving the way it's written so far. I love the fact that there's a cat. I know it's not a cat, but it's a shadow shaped like a cat, and I don't know, I just love that idea so far. But I'm only 24 pages in, so I don't have any real thoughts besides the fact that I didn't mind how the book opened. I know some people didn't like that. But yeah, I'm very excited to continue reading this. We are going to be having lunch soon, and then I will hopefully update you guys later today sometime, because as you guys know by now, if you watch any of my vlogs, I mostly read in bed. So my updates usually come the next morning, but I've only read 24 pages so far, so I don't really have a big ol' update. I am surrounded by sleepy animals though, because we have Mystery. Mystery, kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah, hi. Hi, kitty. It's a good kitty. And then we have Eliza. This is like her favorite chair. And then here's Pouncelot coming slowly into the room. My dog's around here somewhere too. But yeah, okay, I'm going to read until lunch and then probably edit. Okay, so it is just about 9:30 and I actually finished editing both videos, both vlogs that are going up on Thursday, even though I was going to do one today, one tomorrow. I ended up having a little bit more time than just editing one vlog, and so I ended up doing both. Presley is currently sleeping upstairs, and Leon is watching him, which is why I was able to finish this one. It is just now like finishing its YouTube stuff. I am reading Nevernight. I haven't gotten too much farther because I was mostly focusing on editing, but I'm currently on page 46. Don't really have much else to say. Mia is trying to like find the maw, which I think is supposed to be like a goddess in their world potentially. I don't fully know yet, so I'm planning on reading more when I get upstairs, and then hopefully I will have something more to update you guys on for that then. But I did also receive a package today that I did not open yet, and that was my pre-order of Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. So I purchased this at the same time as, what is it, Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Is it? Yes, it is. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I have not read either of these yet, but these are adult contemporary romance, and I've heard lots and lots of good things, and I've just been wanting that recently. I know in my last vlog I read one of the Reluctant Royals series books by Alyssa Cole, and I've just been wanting sort of like adult contemporary romance, and these are the ones that I have picked up. So I don't know when I'm going to read this one. I think I am going to try and read them in order, and do the Get a Life Chloe Brown first. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for this one. And I think that's going to be it for now. I am going to be going upstairs so I can read some more. But I probably won't update until tomorrow because it's already like 9:30. Okay, I will see you guys in the morning. What do you got? Oh, hi! Decided to walk to mommy? Or we're doing like 3 and 4 steps at a time now. But only when he wants to. He found a Mulan doll. And since he's so little, we're keeping it in the package, but he's playing with it. Yes. So it's like 4:15. I haven't really read anything yet today. I think I read like 5 pages while somebody was vacuuming. I've been catching up on BookTube still. I still have like 100 videos in my watch later, and that's because I've been trying to now start at my watch later, which started like 3-ish weeks ago, and I'm trying to catch up, but that also means that I've been putting more things at the end of it so I don't forget to watch them. There have been certain videos that are brand new that have been watching as they come out because I don't want to wait on everything, but if I've already missed something within the last couple days, like when we were on our trip, I put those in the watch later. So yeah, I've been trying to keep up with that. It is also my turn to cook dinner tonight, so I'll probably show you guys as we do that. Nothing crazy. We're gonna make chicken tacos. But I did read up to page 77 of this last night. I think it was like chapter 7. I am very intrigued. I want to read more. I feel like it's slightly slow going, but I feel like that's also me taking slightly longer to read this. I mean, the text isn't too bad. However, I feel like the pages are quite tall and the text isn't like super small or anything, but they seem to be fitting together pretty well. So yeah, it's just taking a little bit longer than I thought it would to start. But yeah, I'm currently now on page 83 in the middle of chapter 8. Cats want dinner. And there's a baby. Yeah, they're like little sharks over there wanting dinner. But yeah, I think I'm gonna definitely read more of this tonight sometime after dinner when the baby goes to bed, because of the fact that I don't have to edit anything today, because I actually did that yesterday. I did also film a book haul, which ended up being over 20 books. I think it was like 23 books for me, 2 books for Presley, and that will be going up on Saturday, so you'll actually see that before this one. I will leave that link down below in case you guys missed it. But yeah, books. One of his favorite snacks is teething crackers. They're basically like rice cereal, rice flour with flavoring. And usually you just give them a whole one. But I have to break it into pieces because otherwise he will give the whole thing to the dog, who you can also see is like staring at him waiting for bites. However, Presley's actually hungry and shoving the bites in his mouth instead. Yeah, are you being cute? Oh, there you are. So this is a blueberry and purple carrot organic teething cracker. Totally said I was cooking dinner, but I'm not shredding the chicken. Poor kitties. And poor Pippin, he's like, I want that. Oh, dancing dog. Hi. He saw the camera come out and started freaking out because he loves this thing so much. But I filmed my book haul yesterday. I have them now over here because I put them in my spreadsheet this morning, and I'm gonna be putting them away. Basically, that's it. Hi. Yes. the fact that I ran out of space on my TBR shelves to actually put books in there, not a good sign. So I actually used to have the bottom two shelves, those two there, as TBR books, but now my adult TBR starts here. So we have almost 2.5 shelves here, plus the 2 shelves down here. I need to stop buying books and actually read the ones I own. And actually, speaking of that, that means I should probably continue reading Nevernight since I'm done putting those books away. I got up to page 140 something, late 130s or early 140s last night. She is now in like an assassin school area. Still liking it pretty well so far. It is obviously adult fantasy, not as dark as like the Poppy War and the Dragon Republic, but I do feel like it's a darker one that I've read. I'm enjoying the ride so far. And actually, I will insert a little thing here because I haven't posted it on any social media yet, but there was a footnote in one of the parts that I read last night that I had to take a picture of because it talks about cats. You guys are probably seeing it right now, reading it right now. And I just read it and was like, yep, so true. So I thought that was funny. But yeah, I should probably sit down and read that. I did catch up on a little bit more booktube earlier this morning. Trying to do multiple things like this, not the easiest sometimes. So I literally just got done talking to you guys like a minute ago, and I got something from Penguin Random House. It's very, very thin. It's probably like a pre-order thing that I signed up for with some sort of book. The thing is, I don't even remember what books I did that for. Oh! Aurora Burning. That makes sense because I wanted the stickers. But yeah, so here's some of the characters from Aurora Burning. Art by Kieran Knight. I was gonna say, I didn't know if they showed the artist or anything on here, but these are gorgeous. I really wanted those. I did read Aurora Burning basically when it came out, so that was in May, so I've already talked about this book, but I'm very excited to have the stickers. Oop, you can't have that big piece. Yeah, he's eating pork tongue tonight, and he's eating it as fast as I can put it down, basically. Is that good, baby? It's on your thumb. You didn't get that in your mouth yet. Can we see it? Potentially. So it's 5:15 on Friday. I didn't talk to you guys yet today. I think I filmed a little bit of my son, but I didn't talk to you guys yet today because I didn't read last night, or if I did read yesterday, I read maybe like 4 to 5 pages. Like, I just didn't read. I don't fully know why. Tiredness, something, whatever. So when I started today, I was still on page like 140 something. I'm currently on page 217. I really want to get a good chunk of this read today. I did watch some booktube stuff because I do still want to catch up on that, and people keep putting out good content every single day, so it's hard to catch up, but I'm trying, as well as trying to juggle reading. But so I am, like I said, on page 217. I have slight mixed feelings about this. I do feel like I have liked it more now that we are in sort of the like academy setting. It's almost like an academy, I guess it's not an academy, but it's part of like the church of, they have like the different gods in this world, and goddesses, and this is like the fallen goddess of the sun god. She's like the mother of night or something, and they are basically like training to be assassins. And I'm liking that setting more. I think it's just because I don't mind like academy books or school books or, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like she's learning how to be an assassin, and I'm definitely enjoying that. This is also very dark. They have definitely had some like mutilations and torture and that kind of stuff, so like definitely keep that in mind. I did not like book 1 as much as book 2. I think book 2 is like sort of when we were starting the like for real like learning how to be an assassin part, and it's mostly because every single chapter would start off with backstory. I don't know, I guess there's a word that I'm trying to think of and I can't remember it for the life of me, but it would jump back to when she was like, she's 7 or 8, after her father had been killed and her mother had been taken away, and it was like her sort of like surviving a little bit with her teacher that then eventually sent her to go find this assassin school. So it was the stuff at the beginning, but every single chapter would go back to that, and I just wanted to keep the forward momentum going. And so I don't know, I just found myself not wanting to read it necessarily as much. But once we got to the actual like school part, and as soon as we got to book 2, there have been no more flashbacks. That's what I'm trying to say, like sort of like flashbacks. There have been no more of those, so I've been enjoying it more. I've been finding it slightly easier to read and get into, but the other thing is I feel like the magic system hasn't really been explained, which is not a big deal, but like the only people that we can really see do magic is what I'm calling it. I'm going to consider Mia as part of that because she does have like Mr. Kindly with her, but then we also have a person who is a speaker who can like speak to blood, and then we also have a person who is a weaver who can sort of make other people look different, like it's weaving their flesh sort of thing, and those are the only ones that we've really seen or seen talked about. I do like the fact that all of the magic, even small bits that we've seen, has a sort of counter to it. So like if you do one thing, there's like a direct and opposite reaction, which is good, but that's the only real explanation for it that I've seen, and so I'm a little curious if there is more of an explanation or not. If there is, great, we'll get to that eventually, but the parts that I'm not liking as much actually deal with the other sorcerai, which is like the speaker and the weaver. They are brother and sister who seem to have some sort of incestuous relationship with each other, but they are also albino, and I don't know, I don't like the trope that is seen quite a bit in certain things where because you're albino, you are seen not necessarily as a bad guy or evil, but like headed in that direction, because apparently according to this, like they're part of the assassin group, but then again so is Mia, and it's not like they're necessarily the best people, but they're not necessarily evil people either. However, they are seen more as sort of grotesque because of how they do their sorcery, but they've also been talked about as being albino a couple times in that sort of, ooh, I don't like how they look and how they act with the magic, but it's also partially because they're albino. So that I haven't liked as much. I didn't mind the part where I know, so again, I've heard tons of good things about this book. However, I've also heard some like little problematic things, obviously, which I'm currently talking about. And one of them I had talked about at the beginning of this vlog, which was that it basically opens with a 16-year-old having sex. Again, I didn't mind that too much. I liked the juxtaposition of how the like two scenes, the sex, which wasn't like super explicit. I've read worse, I guess not worse, but more explicit scenes in romance novels. But it was, you know, used as juxtaposition for a murder. So I did actually not mind that. But the other part that I hear talked about sometimes is the fact that in order to be seen as more beautiful or more competent or whatever it is, Mia gets a boob job, and she does go see the weaver and they make her more beautiful, which they don't necessarily change her completely is what they show in here. They talk about a little bit how like they made her lips slightly fuller, they made her skin unblemished, they did give her bigger boobs. One of the other things is apparently when she was younger she had her nose broken, so they straighten out her nose. So I could see how this does bother some people, but I actually liked the way it was talked about in here, because the person who takes her to go to the weaver basically to get this done explains that even if you don't like what is currently happening and you don't think that you need to be prettier, especially as a woman basically, in order to be seen as more competent or blend into society more, and you know, you have to be, or it's easier if you're beautiful, or if you're not out of the norm, was part of the thing too. So like they didn't necessarily make her super gorgeous, they just took away the little bits and pieces that made her stand out, like the broken nose, and then they did give her bigger boobs, but like there was some lines, I don't even remember, I should have, see, this is when I actually do sort of feel like I want to like tab my books as I read. I have never done that. But I did watch Tammy's video from Tammy Tries to Read this week about how she like annotates her books, and I don't know if I could ever bring myself to necessarily write in my books, but I almost feel like I should get some like little tabs and maybe tab, I don't know, but like that would have been a part I would have liked to have, you know, put a little sticky somewhere so I could go back to it. But I liked sort of the way that they were explaining it, how it's not ideal, but it's society. And I feel that. Like, it's not, like, I would never change how I look. I don't give a damn that much about it. But it is very true that, like, if you want to be taken seriously in society, especially, like, let's say you're going for, like, a job interview. And I am guilty of this because I don't wear makeup, like, hardly ever anymore. However, anytime I go to a job interview, I will always make sure that I have makeup on and that I'm presenting what I feel like society thinks is the best look. And I feel like that was more what this was. So again, I didn't mind that aspect myself, but I do see how people could see it as problematic. Both things that I didn't mind personally, I can see how other people would see it as problematic. And then there were the parts that I did see as problematic myself, like the sort of incestuous relationship between the sorcerer, brother and sister, and the fact that they keep getting referred to as albino. And that's one that I had not heard before I picked this up. So yeah, I'm, like I said, 217 pages in. I'm just over halfway. I'm gonna be reading more. I still love this cover. I'm just looking at it. I mean, it's very shiny right now because I'm sitting on my couch next to the sliding glass door, but the cover's gorgeous. Yeah, I'm gonna be reading more. I don't know if I will finish it tonight, but like, I'm really getting into it now, and yeah, I want to read more, so I will update you guys when I have more reading done. I feel so hot, like my ears feel like they're burning. People are gonna laugh at me because did you just say what? I'm vlogging and my husband's like, what? I mean, I am talking, I'm just not talking to you. Love you. My brother and sister think I'm hilarious, because I am not a drinker. And when I say that, one, I do mean I don't drink very often, obviously. I want to say today we had a drink. It's the second time since last October, because I don't remember the exact date we had one last, but it was this year, but it was a few months ago. I don't remember, but we had some alcohol tonight, and I am feeling it. Neither my husband nor I are big drinkers. This is just how it is. So we have this. This is where we're at. And when I say we, I mean we. We are sharing one drink between the two of us, because otherwise we're not gonna finish it. I'm feeling the heat of it, like my whole face and my ears feel hot. How are you doing, honey?
Okay.
Doing okay. I do feel like he does better than me with alcohol, but he does get the like redness that some Asians get because of the way that they process alcohol. He said that his dad doesn't get it, but his mom does, so I guess he gets it from her. I feel like I'm a little bit pink as well, but yeah, it's good. Like, this is one of the only things I can actually drink, and we just decided to do this at dinner. But yeah, we share alcohol. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We are going to be putting the baby to bed soon. It is about 7:30. I have read some more since like I talked to you guys, because this is like the thing I was doing. I'm currently on page 252. So again, like almost 40 more pages since I talked to you guys. And I will be taking it up to bed with me. Again, I don't know for sure if I will be able to finish it tonight. The bottom part is what I have left. I am definitely over halfway through, closing in on 2/3 of the way through, and I'm liking it. I told you what I didn't like about it, and so far none of that has changed. Nothing super special has gone on in the 30-something pages I've read yet. So we'll see. I want to finish it because I have a couple other things I want to finish this month, and we only have like 4 days left after today, so I need to get on that. Good morning and happy Saturday. So I actually finished this last night, which I guess technically was this morning. I finished this at like 12:08 a.m. I got to like 100 pages left, a little bit past 10:40, I think it was, and I was just like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read it. So I basically explained most of my feelings about this yesterday. I do think it started off a little bit slow for me, but the last third-ish or so, like when I started reading, like really getting into it yesterday, a little bit before dinner, and then that's like all I did was read, because I was only maybe a third of the way through yesterday, so I really was like hunkering down and trying to read it yesterday, like evening-ish. Then we had dinner, and then we, you know, got the baby ready for bed, but like this was my focus. And that last, I want to say probably about last third, was just so like action-packed, and like I just needed to know what was happening. There was character deaths, there were, you know, it was just so interesting. I'm gonna give this book a 4 stars, mostly because like I said, the beginning was slow, it was a little hard to get into, but once I got past book 1 specifically, it was much easier to read, and then that last third just like took it all the way. I will say I was sort of expecting character deaths, because I mean, like, they actually, when they first got to the school, there was a character, I mean, we barely knew them, but there was a character death pretty quickly in there, and this is a very, like, has dark fantasy elements. They don't, like, pull any punches in here, which I do appreciate. But so near the end, a little bit in the middle as well. Like, there were character deaths that I wasn't, like, surprised about. There was one character in here that I really, what's the matter? What are you doing? Are you standing on something? You're usually not that tall. There was a character in here that I feel like if I would have read it closer to release, I might have been a little bit more devastated. However, I've also been seeing, he just wants the camera. He's fine. He's right there. He's staring at us. He's fine. He just wants the camera. There was some stuff that I've been seeing. Jay Kristoff has been posting like fan art and everything, which I don't mind. I don't mind spoilers. However, I've been seeing people cosplaying a ship from this series, and as of this first book, I don't know how that ties in, because as of right now, I'm not on board with it. However, I could be, I don't know. I don't want to give any spoilers, and if you've read this, you know what I'm talking about, obviously. Can we even see you over those diapers? There you are! Hi, Presley! I'm almost done. But yeah, 4 stars, really enjoyed it. I was going to read God's Grave this month as well. However, I'm like 5 books behind on the TBR. You guys are on the books, plus a couple other ones. I'm 5 books behind on that TBR right now. And I don't think it's gonna happen because we only have today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday left in the month. And I have a couple NetGalley e-arcs that I need to get to. So currently I'm in the middle of Love Me, Presley. How's this? Is this better? So currently I'm in the middle of Love Me Not Volume 3 by Ayo Sakisaka. I actually have read every single volume of this on NetGalley. I've already purchased the first book, and I need to purchase the second and then eventually the third because... Hi, you wanna hold my hand? Oh, you are standing on something. What are you standing on? Yeah, okay, I come in. We're gonna come sit over here. You gonna come over? Maybe, maybe not. Come on. Thank you. Oh, I love you too. Like I was saying, I have read actually all 3 of these volumes from NetGalley as e-arcs. Yeah, I love you too. Oh, you got kitty hairs on you. You're dirty. Yeah. I love these books. I think I gave the first one 5 stars. I think I gave the second one 4 stars. And then I'm literally in the middle of the 3rd volume right now. I read about half of it before I took my shower this morning. Oh, he was gonna try and walk to the cat. He's been practicing walking lately, like a few steps at a time, and he's gonna be full-fledged walking soon. I'm not ready for it. Hi. Hi. But this is a series that follows 2 girls, Akari and Yuna, who start to become friends. Baby, you are making it hard to talk today. Who start to become friends in the first volume, which I really loved. They are basically 2 very different girls but I love the way that their friendship and relationship works. They have very different views on life and relationships and love. They are in high school, which is why I call them girls. And then the second volume deals a little bit more with their crushes. And when I say their, it's because I can't remember currently which girl is which. I think it was Yuna's crush. We are currently in volume 3, and Akari is having a crush as well. I didn't like the second volume as much as the first one because it did deal, with the crushes and those kind of relationships slightly more than their actual friendship. This volume seems to have a pretty even mix of the friendship and the crushes. What do you want, baby? Do you want a cracker? Do you want a cracker? Hopefully that is better. Are you grinding your like 7 teeth? Oh, this kid. But I'm gonna be finishing that one very, very shortly because like I'm halfway through one manga volume. And I don't really want to get into specifics about it because of the fact that it's the 3rd volume in a series, but it is a shoujo manga. So far, I'm liking it. As soon as I'm done, I'll tell you a star rating, but otherwise, that's the book I'm currently reading. I do have one other book I need to read by the end of this month, or at least I want to read it by the end of this month because it comes out like July 7th, I believe it is. So I have an e-arc I need to read. And then like I said, I have like 5 other books I said I was gonna read this month. And I might try and get to another 1 or 2 of those if possible. I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ready? You walk to Daddy? Go. Yeah. Good job.
有那么多东西吃包的啊，你们。
包子只有1个啊。
Ready?
吃小西也不吃是吧？
你煮个一。
You saw it. Uh-oh. Good morning, happy Sunday. Today is not going to be the last day of this vlog because we only have a couple more days in the month after today. This might be a longer vlog than normal. Hi, I love you. I don't think I vlogged much yesterday because I did end up talking to you guys. Is that better? Because I did end up talking to you guys yesterday morning when I finished Nevernight. But I haven't been feeling reading as much. I feel like that's probably why it also took me forever to finish Nevernight. I feel like I'm slumping just a little bit. But my biggest issue with this slump is I get e-arcs from NetGalley. And I'm always super, super careful to make sure it's something that I want to read and that if it's a sequel, I have started the series already. However, I have an e-arc that the book is coming out next month, at the end of the month, I believe, and it is the 2nd book in a series, and I swear up and down, when I requested this, I had no indication that it was the 2nd book in a series from NetGalley. Now, I should have double-checked online to make sure on Goodreads or something, and I have been making sure ever since I got approved for that one. I have been making sure that I'm being extra good about it. It is the 2nd book in the Malus Domestica series, which is written by S.A. Hunt, and the whole premise is that there is a YouTuber who is a female, apparently like a badass female. She has a mohawk, but she is a YouTuber who has a fake YouTube channel series where she kills witches. It is fake in the fact that she plays it off as like a fake docu-series. However, it's not fake, it's true. And I believe for the second book, people were comparing it of like Stranger Things and horror, and like I think only like 6 people have actually read this advanced reader copy so far, but it sounded interesting. She like goes off and kills witches, and it's real, and they're supposed to be creepy, and so I don't have the first one. So I actually tried to start the audiobook of the first one on Scribd when we were on our vacation last weekend, and I was not very good at trying not to get nauseous in the car and listen to an audiobook, so I wasn't much into it. Dude, you need to pick a place to stay. But I wasn't much into it. So yesterday especially, I started listening to it again. I'm listening on 1.5 speed because I feel like 2 times speed is a little bit too fast. And I'm bored. This is an 11-something, almost 12-hour audiobook. Apparently the first book is almost 400 pages. I don't like the way the chapters are set up as well. I mean, I don't have... Dude, what are you doing? No, you can't have the controller. I don't have the physical book to look at, but some of the chapters, or especially on the audiobook, are only a few minutes long. And then there's a couple that have been like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and there's one in the middle of the book somewhere where the actual chapter is over an hour long of the audiobook. Like, I'm not finding it easy to listen to, easy to find a place to stop. I'm finding some of the characters caricatures, and there was a sort of creepy scene at the very beginning of the book with a witch, but ever since then I've just been bored, and I still have like, it's I think 8 hours of the audiobook left, but like on 1.5 speed it's probably like 6 hours. I don't know about it. The thing is, in order to fully give my review for the book that I was approved for on NetGalley, why do you only do this when I talk? In order to give a full review on NetGalley for the book I was approved for, see, he's only doing it when I talk. You naughty. I feel like I need to finish the first book. The audiobook, I don't know if it's the audiobook or what, but it's not doing it for me. But I don't want to pay to get a physical book of this. I don't want to pay $10 for an ebook when I'm already not feeling the book. So my dilemma is, do I suck it up and try and make it through? Yeah, that's what you're voting for? Or do I DNF like I normally would and just tell them I can't review the second book? Because I can do that. I've done that before. So I've actually on NetGalley, out of all the books I've reviewed, said I will not review 2 books. And I have only really started doing NetGalley since December of 2019. However, I've had an account on NetGalley since like 2017 or something. I used to review self-published books for a very specific author, and then after getting pregnant and having my son, I just haven't been able to keep up that schedule because she's an indie author that puts out multiple books a year, and I was just getting bogged down when I wasn't wanting to read as much. But this is something I used to do, and she put a book on NetGalley as a way to, I guess, track who had what ebook? I think it was a way to combat plagiarism. I don't fully know why, 'cause she didn't do that like ever again, but it was a book that I really just did not get into. She is an author for me that does indie adult romance, but the book that she had put on NetGalley for people to review was a young adult fantasy with like no romance. So I just got like maybe partway through and maybe even close to halfway and just decided I didn't want to read it. But I also knew I didn't like it because it wasn't my thing. It was based on like folklore, and it was a like historical type of fantasy where it was like based in like the 1800s or something, and I did not jive with basically any of the little pieces that made up the story. Like it wasn't, the writing wasn't bad or anything, but it was not my type of book. So I decided I didn't want to review it bad because it was something that I never would have picked up for myself. And so that was one of the ones that I just told NetGalley I'm not going to review it. And then there was another one, again, way back a couple years ago, that I don't think I understood how to download the books from NetGalley at that time, so I was never able to actually read it. I am so much better now. I've read and reviewed every single thing I've ever requested from NetGalley before the books have come out. So I don't want to say I don't want to review this book because I haven't not reviewed a book. Even if I've DNF'd it for some reason, I've given good and bad reasons for the book. And I've just been trying to be really, really good, and it's my fault that I didn't realize that it was a second book in a series that I hadn't started, and now I'm not liking the first book. So we'll see. That was a long explanation for me feeling bad about not liking a book or an audiobook. I don't even know which part I don't like as much. So yesterday I tried to read some of that while I was finishing up my, come here, while I was finishing up my reading bullet journal, which I will hopefully film and edit and have up at the beginning of July. But last night I did start another e-arc that is coming out at the beginning of July, so I did want to finish it and talk about it in my June wrap-up, so you guys can get it if you want. And that is going to be Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. So far so good. I'm like 13% of the way in. It's quite a long book because it took me a little ways to get there, but I'm enjoying it well enough so far. Basically we are following our main character of, I don't remember, no, I do. Our main character of Luc, L-U-C, I think it's like short for Lucien or something, but they said it's the French pronunciation, and I don't know French. I don't even know how they were trying to say that, but he goes by Luc. And he is gay and works for a non-profit organization, and his dad is a used-to-be famous rock star. He's never met his dad because he left when he was young. His dad went through, I think, rehab and everything like this, and now he's clean and making a comeback. And so because of that, people are putting Luc in the tabloids more often now because he's his dad's son, you know, famous by proxy. And after a night where he got a little bit drunk and stumbled out of a bar and fell down in the street, apparently the paparazzi have been talking about how he's like following in his father's footsteps, like drugs, alcohol, whatever. And even though he isn't, it is reflecting badly on his workspace. And so his boss has said some homophobic things, or things that could be very much construed in that direction. The good thing that I like, because I did not like the way that the boss handled any of this stuff, but I did like that Luc addresses it right away in the meeting, like, you should not talk this way, I don't feel comfortable the way you're saying stuff like this. But she has basically put him at an ultimatum where they have a fundraiser event coming up soon, and he's in charge of it, and if he wants to keep his job, he needs to find himself a boyfriend to prove that he's not like drunk and debaucherous or who knows what. And so even though this sounds really bad and he could probably sue, the company doesn't make enough money for him to realistically do that, and he knows this because he helps do their finances. So he has decided he doesn't want to lose his job, and he needs to find himself a fake boyfriend to take to their fundraiser. And then I think there is like a friend of his friends who, for whatever reason, is unable to find himself a boyfriend either. He's a barrister, which I actually had to look up because it's apparently like a British lawyer thing, and I had heard of the term before, but I didn't actually know what it was, so I had to look that up and double check. And yeah, it's a specific person in like the British legal system, and they are apparently going to be fake dating and then potentially real dating, and I'm very excited for that part. So we'll see. Careful. Don't fall off that couch. I'm holding his leg, but he was laying down, and now he's sitting up, and he's like right at the edge of the couch. Yep, you're gonna fall. Do you want me to put you down? Oh, you want to go down head first? You're silly. There we go. Now you're down. But yeah, so I'm excited to see where the book will go. Oh my gosh. I think he's getting tired and hungry. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get through him whining for just a second. Here, Passy in the mouth. So yeah, there was a little bit of issues at the very beginning of the book that I basically talked about. There was one other one where he has a group of friends where there's only one straight girl, which is not the issue, but he has like gay friends, bi friends, all this kind of stuff. There's a lesbian, so lots of LGBTQ people, and then they have like the one token straight girl is what they called it. But there's a couple in his group of friends where, let me pull it up because I had to highlight it. Where, okay, so there's a couple, they're married, and one person in the couple is named James Royce, and the other person in the couple is named James Royce, and so when they got married, they are now both James Royce. And I don't know, the way that they were using that in the passage that we have read so far, that was when he was meeting with his friends, just sort of felt gimmicky, and I didn't really like that because he would be like, oh, James Royce, this one's very flamboyant, and then this James Royce isn't. But then anytime he would talk about them, it would just be like, James Royce said, James Royce said, James Royce said. It was just, I was a little bit annoyed with that. Like, it felt cutesy for the sake of being cutesy. Okay, he's getting cranky. I'm gonna go. He has the phone. He was crying and crying and crying because one, he had a poopy diaper and he tried to run away. He does this thing where he like flips and crawls up the couch to escape, but like obviously we don't want him to do that with a bare poopy butt, so he was crying about that. He wanted my water bottle, so he was crying about that. So I let him hold the phone, and like literally he's just sitting here holding the phone. It's going to be nap time soon. He's been up for at least 3 hours, but he's just holding the phone. This boy, I love him, but usually he's not allowed to have the phone, but ever since the RV trip, he wants the phone. Oh, yep, and there's the kitty. Hi, Mystery. But like, look at those bags under his eyes. It's gonna be nap time. Let me hold him Mama's phone. Hi. Did you just wake up? He was on the mattress, but he likes to sort of like scooch forward as he sleeps, and he ended up off the mattress. And now we're awake. Oh, you're all blurry in the camera, dude. Oh, there we go. Good morning. Oh, you want to come here? You can come here? Can you say good morning? Oh, yes. Mama's baby. Well, good morning to you guys, too. It is now Monday morning. I got to 30% of boyfriend material last night. I am absolutely loving Oliver's character, who is the love interest. I'm hit and miss with Luke a little bit, only because he seems to be very pessimistic, and so he jumps to conclusions a little bit based on things that not just Oliver, but like people in general say. But I have noticed it a little bit with Oliver. If this baby will let me grab my phone, I can give you guys an example, because I've highlighted some passages. And I got a bump up there, started yesterday, and I do have like little patches that are like, I think the original ones I had were Korean, but these, I don't know if they're still Korean or if it's just an off-brand, but they work really well, so it's taken it down, but it is still red, which is a little bit annoying. So apparently we're gonna be sitting like this. Hi. So one of the things is that Oliver is a vegetarian, and when they went out to a restaurant, he wanted to order for Luke, and said that he has eaten meat before, but it's just, I've reached the point that I can't justify it ethically. And then Luke questioned him about wanting to see him eat meat. He was just sort of explaining that he knows that it tastes good. He doesn't want to impose his, you know, views on somebody else. And Luke said, was it just me, or had he basically said, I think you're behaving unethically, but I assume I can't expect any better from you. So it's just very sort of negative thinking, I think more about himself, and he's just sort of projecting it onto things that Oliver says, which I don't necessarily dislike, because we have been told that Luke's last relationship ended in a very, very bad way. Something about, I think his ex-boyfriend sold information about him to paparazzi, so I do feel like he's sort of pessimistic and just sort of views things going wrong much easier than things going right. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. However, for me personally, I don't connect to him as a character as much as Oliver. Yes, what are you doing? I really like Oliver's character. So yeah, 30% of the way in. I'm really hoping to get it finished by tomorrow, because tomorrow's the last day of June, and I want to talk about it in my wrap-up. They are moving our couch, because I do think I mentioned in some sort of vlog that we bought a couch over Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend. I'm not good at holidays, but it is coming tomorrow finally. It was on back order. Oh, you want to show them your paper? He tore this out of the KOA magazine thing that we had. The KOA are some of the places that you can like park motorhomes when you go on RV trips, and that's one of the things that we did. Yeah, you show them your paper. But yeah, we are getting our couch tomorrow. I have not read much today, except for maybe like 1 or 2 chapters of boyfriend material. That's my bad. But yeah, so they're just moving everything around. So the couch has been moved for now, and now we just have a gigantic baby gate for the baby jail in the middle of the room. Yeah. He still has his KOA half a cover. Yeah, I'm coming in. Here, look. Look, Mommy's in here. Can you walk to Mommy? Can you walk to Mommy? Come on. Good job! You're doing so good! Oh. Good job, baby! Okay, good morning. It is Tuesday and the last day of this vlog. We are going to be getting our couch today, which is exciting. But I did want to say I ended up reading Die Split the Party, which is volume 2, last night. I talked about this a couple weeks ago in the fact that I read the first volume earlier this month. I am giving this a 4 out of 5 stars like I gave the first volume. I do find this interesting, and it is by Kieran Gillen, which I love a lot of his comic bind-ups. But I'm still a little bit, I don't know if it's confused at these books or not. But basically, this is about a group of 6 teens who sort of got like sucked into a D&D game that one of them had created, and I don't know how long later it was, but after a few years, I want to say maybe, 5 of them came back. And now they're in their like 30s. Basically all of them except for like one is like divorced. They've had, you know, tumultuous affairs and love lives and whatever it is, careers too. And they get sucked back into the game, and the kid that, you know, was missing was still there trying to play the game. I know in the first one I was a little bit confused with some of the stuff. They had a lot of, I'm pretty sure it was like Tolkien-ish references, but I didn't fully get them. I feel like I'm slowly getting to know the world a little bit more. Hi! He woke up from his nap just like 30 seconds ago. But also they brought in Charlotte Bronte, Emily Bronte, one of the Brontes in here. And they talked about her and her brother Branwell and her 2 other sisters and how they helped create... Uh-oh, you're gonna tease him and he's not gonna be happy about it. How they helped create, I guess, sort of like a fake fantasy world, stories throughout their like childhood and teen years up until their like deaths and everything, and that apparently that's sort of what this world is. We still don't have a whole bunch of answers, which I don't mind not having a ton of answers with graphic novel, comic bind-ups, like as we go through the story, but everything is not as clear as I would like it. So 4 stars, it's not bad. Are you in the baby jail? You stuck? Oh, honey. Okay, he's getting cranky. Obviously, he just woke up, and I will see you guys later. Yeah.
Which side are you on?
Cars.
Cars? Yep, cars.
No.
The other car.
Yeah.
这边清爽。
But look! New couch.
你就数照相的你。
Look, Presley, new couch! Okay, so it is just 6 o'clock, and I am 71% of the way through boyfriend material on chapter 37. I have just over an hour and a half left in this book, so I will complete my goal of finishing this today. I've been reading it on and off throughout the day, really just depending on how Presley is acting. Also, I have stolen the like corner seat in the couch, and it is very, very comfortable. This is a very nice couch. I'm really enjoying this book so far. I know I talked about it a little bit, and I said I was a little bit annoyed at Luke and how he, you know, the way he sort of projects his thoughts and feelings onto others through their actions. He has been getting better. He has reasons, and I'm just really, really enjoying it. One thing I do want to say, you're okay. You're okay. Go see Yeye. One thing I do want to say is that there was a part in this book where like they could have had like the whole miscommunication thing, and there was a little bit of something similar to that. However, it was almost immediately fixed by being grown-ups and talking about their feelings, and I loved that so much because of the fact that like they actually talked about it and sort of worked through what it was. It's not like completely fixed or anything because it's like issues that Luke is dealing with, but the fact that it didn't turn into a whole-blown miscommunication argument thing props to this book. So we are going to be having dinner soon because it is 6 o'clock, as you can hear them talking over me. But dinner is going to be cooked soon. We're going to have dinner soon. I'm definitely going to be reading this book tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to be finishing it before the baby goes to bed because of dinner. So you guys will either see me for my final wrap up later tonight. I'll sneak out of the bedroom, or I will see you guys like first thing in the morning, even though I know I did say earlier that today is the last day for this vlog. We'll see. I will talk to you guys after this. How many people thought I was going to end up going to the next day, today's Wednesday, in order to wrap up the book I was reading last night? I finished the book at like 10:15 last night and was just way too lazy to come downstairs after I got out of bed to talk to you guys, but I ended up giving Boyfriend Material like 5 stars. Maybe closer to 4.5 realistically, because of the fact that like I was not entirely too sure about our main character of Luke at the beginning of the book, and I wasn't too sure about some of the stuff like his boss had said and that kind of stuff that I did talk about earlier. However, it was just a really, really cute story. Both Luke and Oliver talk about their issues. There were some really nice quotes in there that, even though I'm not starting my bullet journal thing until July, so today, like if I would have had a June spread, I would have had some favorite quotes to put in there. But also, it was a little bit funny too. Like, I don't know. I really, really enjoyed it. I did read this as an ARC, so I already know I want to own a copy. It was just cute and adorable, and I'm so glad I read it. I do need to write a review for it today, so that it goes up, and then I'll talk about it more in my wrap up, but I really, really, really enjoyed it, and I'm very pleasantly surprised that I did, just because it started off a little bit iffy. I want to say that was probably only for the first like 10, 15, maybe 20% of the book, because the actual like fake dating and everything really got going like early 30%, and then like the really, really good relationship sort of stuff happened you know, throughout, but I want to say like some really, really good stuff happened around like 75%. So it was a like slow burn romance fake dating trope. I loved it. That's gonna be it for this vlog now. I will see you guys in my next video.